mates has come to the royal garden to go to the temple and seek the blessings of Mother Parvati. Hari Om, Hari Om.
This one is from here.
There's echo on that mic.
Everybody can do Omkar.
Okay, I'm deaf now.
Then I can talk anything about you.
We all can. But he is recording, so.
There is an evidence. So she passes through that. I'm telling you this because he was setting up the camera, and that will build up the tempo. So she comes to this garden and is passing through, and exactly at that same time, Sri Rama lifts the branch of a tree and both of their eyes meet. That is how first time it is love at first sight. They see each other and they are almost transfixed. And the maids who are accompanying Sita, they observe this and they say, come on, we should go from here. And by that time, both the princes who have walked along with Vishwamitra into this Mithila have already won the hearts of hundreds and thousands of people just by their walking into that place. His beauty, his charm, his presence had already won people's heart. And thus when Sitaji goes to the temple to pray, and that is how we have a little ritual in the traditional Hindu wedding, that the girl would worship Parvati and Shiva before she goes into the mandap, the main hall with the varamala, with the garland in the hands. She will worship Gauri. And then she offers her prayers and she says, May Shri Rama, may I get Shri Rama as my Vara. Vara means the husband. And Vara also means a boon. The word Vara also means something which is superior. Harshadbhai, you will not know what is happening.
But he is a superior good.
So that is what happens. And Mother Parvati is so pleased with that sincere prayer of Sita that when she bows down on the feet of Mother Parvati, the garland from her neck falls on Sita's neck. And comes a very beautiful description that the idol of Parvati smiled looking at Sita, granting her that boon, Vara, of giving Rama as the Vara. And then begins the Dhanushya Yajna, where all the people over there who have gathered and are contending make an attempt to lift the Shiva Dhanushya. That goes the story. Where is she? That is the portion that. So it is juxtaposed with this particular prayer, but that the other prayer is a different one. Nevertheless, now let's begin. Om Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tam Hadevam Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamshrishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Sarvopaplavaritaha Prajnanagana Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamesmi Brahmaivahamesmi Om Vedantartha Vibhasakaya Gurave Shantaya Sannyasine Nanavadi Nagendra Sangha Pavaye Yogindra Vandyaya Cha Mohadvanta Divakaraya Bhagavat Padabhidham Bibhrate Tasmai Bhashyakrite Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane Om Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankha Chakrasidharinam Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Om. Explaining what is Kriya Yoga. Bhagavan Patanjali says that there are three ingredients: Tapa, Swadhyaya and Ishvara Pranidhana. These are the three things which constitute the body of Kriya Yoga. And why is he urging you to follow Kriya Yoga? Is because Vyuthita Chittasya, a mind which is turbulent. Vyuthita means the mind which is thrown out, which is not settled in itself. You will also discover this at a lot of times, that you are talking to yourself. No one is there, but you are talking to yourself. And when a person starts talking loudly to himself, you know what is he called. We are all sitting in that category. Just speak loudly and people will say, Somebody said that this person used to visit the mental hospital very often. And then after some years, he stopped going to the mental hospital. So people asked him, why have you stopped going to the mental hospital? And he said, there is not much difference what is there inside the wall and outside the wall. It is a variation of degree, that is all. Vyuttita chittasya. When the chitta, when the mind is thus extremely turbulent, it is not settled within itself. You are constantly planning, scheming, and you waste time, energy, and your intelligence, even indulging into a fantasy of what has already passed, which you cannot repair. At that time, I should have had answered him like that. When my father asked me if I was going to marry this boy, if it was okay, why did I at that time say yes? You just think, what if I had said yes to someone else? They spoke about Obama. One day Obama had taken his wife to a restaurant to eat as he was the president. Michelle. And the owner of that restaurant came and said, can I have a word with your wife? Just with your wife? I said, sure. And he said, do you recognize me? She of course said, I don't. And he said, many, many years ago when you were still in college and student, I was in love with you, but that time you didn't. And then she remembered, oh yeah, I proposed and you had refused me. And it was all nice. So Michelle comes back and says, this is what this fellow said. And Obama, just to pull her leg, must have said, look here, had you to marry this man that time, you would have been owning this restaurant. And she said, sorry, had I to marry him, he would have been the president. If only you can reverse your decisions, those events, you go back into the past. A futile business, a useless business. But we are all involved in that. This is what is called as the Vyuttita Chitta. A mind which is, instead of being settled in itself, it is going somewhere, meandering, wandering, lost for no good reason. Even if there are reasons, but a lot of time it just happens out of your habitual pattern. The moment your eyes open from your deep sleep, the factory begins of churning thoughts, of sending you out somewhere. This is called as the Vyuttita Chitta. Chitta means the mind. Vyuttita. It has got up and gone somewhere. Not available. It's not available. Ask this question to yourself. Why is that mind even meandering like this? Why has it gone somewhere? In search of what? And I'll tell you, your mind is a very sincere fellow. It is not as deceitful as we are. Actually, this mind is a very innocent child. You all are sitting over here to listen to Yoga Sutra. Sometimes you can come and sit over here to listen to Vedanta, Bhagavatam, etc. You're sitting over here, but you're already lost somewhere. And then, only to encourage the speaker, you nod your heads. Just an encouragement. This fellow has come from India, let him not be that. He shouldn't feel bad. I have witnessed such a funny... Can you reduce the volume a little bit? A little bit. Hari Om, Om. Okay, this is okay. This sounds more natural than that, that echoing sound and all. Oh yeah, fine, thank you. That's better, right?